What lessons do you think will be drawn out of this in the future?
Well, that's interesting because we've just set up a global health strategy group between the UK and Europe and the Global South to look at lessons from the pandemic. I think one of the things that I learned is that countries that at the start of the pandemic were rated really high in their potential performance against the pandemic actually did pretty badly. That's the US and the UK. So it doesn't matter, how much on paper you look prepared if your leadership and your politicians and all the rest of them can't actually pull behind any of these schemes. Also, at the very start of this pandemic, the number of times people said to me, and politicians were saying, it'll be over by, and then they would name a number like 12 weeks or 14 weeks. I said to my colleagues, this is easily a 3 or 4 or 5 year struggle on our hands. And as it's sort of rolled along, and some countries have got relatively more on top of it than others, it's becoming clear that another lesson, a big lesson, is we really have to pull together globally. These problems, if they're in one part of the world, affect all parts of the world. And I'm sitting in the UK, and there is a little bit of, to some degree, celebration. We're on top of this. But we are as vulnerable as other parts of the world. We will find that new variants of the vaccine come along, new variants of the virus come along, and the vaccines will have efficacy and protection for a while. So the global connection, the need to coordinate, the need for investments in place in advance of events, and the fact that, logistics and getting things in early and not leaving all the decisions so late in the day,